And what's lovely in your contemplation of the emotion of loneliness or whatever you're contemplating is that as you take a step towards God, God takes 10 steps towards you. You will find all the help that you need becomes available to you. All sorts of insights will start to come to you in ways that you may not even notice. But in the path goes from the complicated, from the complex to less and less, more and more transparent. It goes from the conflicted to less and less conflicted, more and more ease, more and more happy, more and more light-hearted, more and more joyous, more and more simple, more and more innocent, more and more spontaneous. That's the path. It goes that way. You may not notice it right away, but in retrospect you will notice, oh, gee, a year ago the thing, this and that, I used to get so wrapped up around this and that. Now it's, once in a blue moon, Also, when an emotion arises, it arises as a sensation, as a bodily sensation. You may feel it in your chest, you may feel it in your belly, or your face, or your neck, or your shoulder. This sensation arises, and usually, or often, there is a thought that immediately jumps onto that emotion, onto that sensation, and says, oh, I'm feeling lonely, or oh my God, what's happening to me again, or oh gee, here I go again, whatever. There is a thought, a me thought, this body-mind thought that rides with that sensation. The sensation is just a neutral event. It's the sensation, whether it's in your chest, in your thigh, your shoulder, is neutral. It's undefined.
I sort of hear that a me thought is inherently about separation. And
yes.
That there's a sort of implied vulnerability that has crept up.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
The me thought comes and takes that neutral sensation and makes it into a big problem. Now there is a problem, and then the me is there in the thought.
So you can find that you can see the vulnerability, and you can just sort of say, that's how it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, and also you can also say, by noticing, of course, saying it, but noticing is more important, that there is really no vulnerability.
Right.
What I am is like the space. Is the space vulnerable when there is a storm that comes?
That's the exact second where the spinning starts.
Yes.
The spinning is about trying to make yourself feel less vulnerable. And
yes. So to notice, as the emotion arises, and it takes a certain practice to do that. You may not get to it the first few times, but if you continue to listen and take at heart what is being shared here, that an emotion as you deconstruct it, is a neutral sensation with me thought that comes and pumps it up with
a story
about me and the vulnerability. Jack was just mentioning. Now, oh my God, there's something at stake. Alarm bell starts to ring. Now we're wondering, the mind is spinning, which is the way out of this fire? Oh goodness, I don't have the fire map. Which way do I run? Do I run to the right, to the right, to the left, to the top, to the bottom? Here, last time I went to the right, let me go to the left. You go to the left, it doesn't work. Go to the top, it doesn't work. Up, down, it doesn't work. Because it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. So, there is a possibility of seeing that here I am, the me, the I, which is universal presence, which is pure awareness, has now been appropriated by this I am this body-mind. I am this person, this vulnerable person, this person that's hopefully improving, or this person that hopefully can figure it out, whatever. It's the I of pure presence has been appropriated by the masquerader, the thief, the trickster. It's a trickster. And the trickster keeps changing faces, keeps changing says, oh, okay, let me see, how can I get to to this universal? I can. Let me fake the sweet little guy. Oh, let me fake that I'm very attractive. Whatever. It's all images. A mirror.
Hall of mirrors.
Hall of mirror. It's a hall of mirrors. A hall of mirrors. Imagine that we live as a hall of mirrors. No wonder it's a real mess, relationships, and cultures and societies, and my goodness, these people are invading those people. Everywhere you look, my goodness, what a disaster. And yet the earth is so bountiful. So bountiful. Look at those trees, amazing. From an acorn, an oak tree, and then all these different animals that live off of it, and the birds that land on it, and the flowers that grow, and the earth, the rain that is soaking, it's not washing away the ground.